You're listening to the Overly Confident Podcast with your host, Derek Hyde and Garrett Lay.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Overly Confident Podcast. Yet again, I am Derek Hyde alongside Garrett Lay.
That's me.
We do have a surprise. There is someone new coming with us for this episode. Very special time.
He's one of our best friends. His name is Tyler Niehaus, and we decided to have him on because we didn't have, a ton to talk about because we've been stuck inside all day. So really, since last week, not much in our lives has changed at all. So we thought this would be the perfect time to bring a fresh new voice to the stage.
Yeah, only thing that's different is now Fox is airing national televised video games, and that's the only difference in my life right now.
Yeah, you can bet on virtual NASCAR and football games. So if you really like to gamble, you can still do that. So congratulations.
Congratulations indeed.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get right into this interview so our intro isn't too long. Sit back and enjoy.
Welcome back to Overly Confident. Today we have our first guest of the series. It's a high school friend of ours. His name is Tyler Niehaus. He's a student at West Virginia. Tyler, why don't you say hi?
How's it going? What's going on? Thank you for having me.
Of course, we were already out of ideas. It's been 2 episodes, and because we've been stuck inside all day, we had nothing to talk about.
It happens.
So we were
it happens.
whatever. Let's get somebody else on here.
No, it's just because some of the reviewers don't like Garrett too much, and
That's true.
Had to get someone else in here.
Well,
hopefully they'll like
not
my
on
voice.
this podcast yet.
My voice is
they'll
pretty
love your
smoothie.
voice. You have a great voice.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Garrett.
Yeah,
I work hard for it.
You obviously great voice, great looks. I wish the listeners could see you right now.
Yeah, we don't
You
want
look
that.
great.
We don't want that. I'm not in my best hour right now, be it that I've been stuck in
You
the
look
house.
great.
Gosh.
I need a haircut. I need some skincare going on, a little facial or something like that,
Have you seen the thing? Everyone's just shaving their heads.
Ooh.
My roommate like just shaved his head. Like apparently people are just starting to shave their heads now.
Not a good
I have a
look.
really stupid head.
Not a good
so
look.
I would never do it. No.
No,
I can't imagine what I would look like bald.
God, I need a
Well,
haircut
I better
too.
though. I better start thinking about it.
I have not touched a razor since this quarantine started, and it's a real disaster. I can't lie.
Yeah,
look
I can't
terrible.
do that. No, I need to have like clean. I can't because I can't grow a beard. It just doesn't make sense if I try, because it just
Okay.
looks really bad on my face, And if it grew out, it would just be like pubes on my face, which is never.
That's what I'm
okay.
doing That's what I'm doing right now. It looks like somebody like cut their own hair and then like rubbed a glue stick on my face and then just threw it at me.
Yeah, I can't have
And
that.
now that's what I have.
Can't have that.
Yeah.
Garrett's
Um,
being
And then
tarred
I
and
also
feathered.
yeah, it's disgusting.
Also, what's nice is like we have to cut my dog's hair because like the one time we sent him to get his hair cut, and basically they like shaved his body and then just called us and was like, yeah, we're not doing any more than his body. Like that's it. He's so bad. Like we can't have him here. So my dad had to go out and buy clippers. So I've got clippers, which is cool. So like I've been trying to like keep my head in somewhat good shape, not just go full shave, but then the top gets really long and it's gross. And I'm just ready for this thing to be over,
So you cut your hair with the same clippers that you use on your dog?
Yes, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
it's better
nice.
than the same clippers I use, on my privates. So
That's fair. That's very fair.
Right.
I also separate those two things.
yeah, it's always
I'm
good to
just
do that.
imagining Tyler in his living room shearing his dog.
And then moving directly to his head.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you got to be efficient about it, right? If we got the clippers out, the whole fam's getting cut.
That's true. Might as well. Yeah, everybody's getting shaved.
That's
Dog.
right. That's right. It's good stuff, really.
Well, so we were talking earlier, so cutting your hair isn't the only thing you're now doing at home. You're basically running a gym out of your basement. How exactly is that working?
Yeah, Derek, we got to be careful here, right? Because we, there are some laws that are prohibiting me from allowing to run my gym as efficiently as I possibly could. So basically, a long time ago, I don't know, my dad was always into competitive weightlifting throughout college, and even like still today, he'll do Olympic weightlifting competitions. And so I don't know when exactly, but we've always had a gym in our basement. And whenever I got in high school, I really started taking it seriously. And we got all sorts of new equipment. So my gym, like, because whenever people hear the word home gym, they just think of like I don't know, like a few bars and maybe like a couple weights here and there. Like, I mean, we've got a pretty nice setup. We have a rowing machine, a leg press. We have a squat rack with the Smith machine, pull down bar, pull up bar. We have leg curls, leg extensions, a bench. I mean, we got the whole thing. All right. So it's a pretty nice home gym. The problem is it's made for like 1 or 2 people at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also with all this going on, you don't know where certain people go. So they say, oh, stay in your house. But then there's things you need, right? You need to go out and get gas. You need to go out and to go get groceries. And it's pretty much going to be impossible not to touch anything as you go out and, perform your daily, perform life's functions, right? And so, anyways, what we've gotten into now is with these online classes, what we've noticed is there's a lot more free time throughout your day. Like you can structure your day completely different. So if you had class in the morning, if you don't want to do class in the morning now, you don't have to. Now, I know a lot of people are doing
never
Zoom
do class
classes.
in the morning.
What's that?
Never do class in the morning. I don't start looking at anything until at least after 2 p.m.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And like, I don't know. I know like some schools are doing a lot with Zoom. At WVU, we do pretty much nothing with Zoom. At least for me. So I'm a sports psychology major. And most of my classes already have an online format because a lot of our athletes take my major. And so in season, our athletes take mostly online classes anyways. So my classes are already kind of online in terms of like turning in modules, doing discussion posts, all that. And so now like we don't have lecture ever. So I can really just like as long as I'm turning it in before the deadline, it doesn't matter when I get it done. So that's nice. But then there's some kids that are coming to the gym that their structure is a lot different. They have to show up on Zoom and they have to, be in attendance at certain lectures. So there's been some problems here. So upper management, i.e. my father and my sister, they want to use the gym as well. Okay. And so before, whenever I first started this, it was like, hey, come whenever you want and I'll come downstairs and I'll like be there with you when you're working out. And so I would do my workout in the morning and I suggested people come then, but then some people were like, I don't want to wake up. So there would be like one person that would come in the morning with me and then like 2 hours later another, and then like 4 hours later the next. And like that would be like the last person. So I think I never have more than like 4 people in the gym at one time. Let's make that clear. The state of Pennsylvania, I'm not hosting anything greater than 10 people.
Yeah. I was going to say, if there's any feds listening, he does keep it under 10.
I most definitely keep it under 10. I only have probably about 5. I call them clients. They're my friends. And no, they don't pay me. So again, feds don't come after me. I don't have any tax dollars because
there's no tax evasion or anything going on.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing shady.
There's a lot of things to clear up.
It's just my buddies coming over to lift, and because I have the only gym that's available right now, and it's not a bad gym anyways. I never had a membership to a gym whenever I was living here in Pittsburgh just because I didn't need one. It was so nice. So what's going on now is I get some of my friends will come at certain times. And then my dad was like, when do I work out? And my sister was like, when do I work out? So my sister works for Highmark, and their servers were like very crowded from 9 to 5 because now every single employee was signing onto the servers at once. So they separated the employees into Group A and Group B. And she happened to be the second group, which instead of working from 9 to 5, they would work from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Okay?
Ooh.
Yeah. So what would happen is some of my friends would come in the morning. So if she got up early, it's not like she could work out anyways. And then my friends would be there all day, and she has to work at 6. So like if the last person comes at like 5 and they get done at 6, well, she has to start working, so she can't work out. So there were some problems that are arising as this is going on. I thought it was just going to be like, hey, my buddies can come work out whenever, but now I have to actually structure it. Like an actual gym. So now I have Group A and
some
Group
management
B.
experience.
Yeah,
this could be a resume builder right here.
I'm learning leadership skills right away, Garrett. I'm
right.
learning some leadership skills here. So now I separate it into Group A and Group B. So if you want to come, and the normal hours that I have is from 12 to 3. So that way, like, if my sister gets up early at, like, let's say 10, she has from, like, 10 to noon to work out. But if she's too tired to work out, she has from 3 to 6 after that. So now, and then my dad, he's done at 5, so he can work out anytime after 3. And yeah, so Group A comes from, like, noon to, like, 1:30. Group B will come in around 1:32 and work till 3, and we've got it set up. It's how it's going.
It's a real business over there in your basement.
But making no money.
Making no money.
Just to clear that up for
Let's
the
make
IRS.
that clear. Making no money, no
Yes.
group larger than 10. And I do.
Is everything sanitized? Everything sanitized?
Yeah.
Wiped
Okay.
down?
This is a cool
That's
story.
gotta take a while, though. That's gotta take a while.
It doesn't really, and here's why. My dad created his own hand sanitizer,
Okay.
and I don't know if I can go into how he got the 180 proof alcohol for it, but he did. And
Dude, there's like a lot of illegal things, maybe.
well, I would
Just
say
kidding,
I would
not
say
illegal.
not, okay, because there's nothing where it's not like we're. It's funny because everything sounds like that. Like it sounds like we're running some like shady like nightclub underground, and like the front is the gym, and like after like
Yeah,
9
that's
p.m.
fair.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
No, but he was like, okay, let me take this opportunity out because there's no go to the store, and especially in the beginning of this, you go to the store and there was no hand sanitizer. So it's like, how do we get, or like Lysol for that matter. So how do we make something, or how do we get our hands on something so we can have like a clean house? Because my parents weren't the ones, I guess you could say, to ever freak out about this. My parents have been really level-headed through the whole thing. They haven't like gotten too trapped up in what the media has been saying. So whenever this first was a problem and everyone started running to the stores, my parents were like, why? Why are we doing this? So they never ran to the stores or anything. So we didn't have like Lysol or hand sanitizer for a good like week and a half. And so my dad just got to making his own. So he just used aloe vera gel and 180 proof alcohol, because I think anything over 140 proof is sanitizing.
Yeah.
So we got 180 proof alcohol and the gel, and then he put it up in this like spray bottle. And so it's real easy. Whenever people come in, the spray bottle, we have like 3 spray bottles. You can like spray your hands.
Had a
off
lot
when
of
you
that
come in.
alcohol.
What's that?
You had a lot of that alcohol.
Well, the spray bottles aren't that big, and certain. We're not going to go down that path, Garrett. Derek. It's just not that big. All right, it's not as much as you may think.
They aren't.
Okay.
Yeah, they aren't mass producing 180 proof alcohol, holding gatherings of 10 or more people, and evading taxes. Just to be clear, once again, they are not doing any of that.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah. We're not doing any of that. But, so essentially, we now have that created. So when you come in, you can clean your hands, and then whenever people leave, we have paper towels. We still have that. That's good. And I just spray down like the benches, and then I have Clorox wipes for the bars. Because anything, I mean, it's not gonna be perfect, right? There's not gonna be like I'm gonna be able to. Like, evidently, if somebody comes into that gym and they have it, like the whole house is gonna get it. That's just how it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, my parents aren't really, and it's not like any of these people are, at least I think, going out and doing stupid stuff. But they might be. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, everyone's doing stupid stuff still. So
In some ways, and this might sound wrong, in some ways, I kind of want to get it to be done with it. Do you know?
that's what I was thinking. I was like, might as well just get it.
Yeah.
Hope that nothing really terrible happens.
Yeah, because
Because they are saying like people who get it like are right now. It seems like most people are immune, and I know UPMC, Hail to Pitt, man, with their vaccine too, maybe. But they're also developing a test for immunity, like to see if you are immune now. So like then they can find out like if there's healthcare workers who are immune, then they can go in and like really do work, you know, because like you could still spread it, right, if you get it or whatever, because you're still going to have the virus in you while your body fights it. You just won't like exhibit any symptoms or anything like that, and it'll be over really quick. But you still have to be careful. But at least you know that you won't get it, so you can work a little more boldly around patients and stuff, and like not worry. And then you won't have to wear a mask and gloves and things like that. Because, well, you probably still will because you don't want to give them anything else. But it'll just make it a little easier. So hopefully that all happens because, yes, apparently once you get it, you are immune. Now, you could still, this is still flu season and everything like that, and allergies. So that's another thing that sucks, like the timing of it all.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Like,
the
I
thing
know,
they're
yes-
testing for is if you already had it?
No, the immunity would be, there's some people who just have the antibodies in their blood anyway.
Even if they
like,
never
there's
had
people-
it.
Yeah, it seems like there's people who are immune without ever having it. And then people who did have it should be immune, is what it seems like. I can't confirm or deny this, but that's basically what I read this morning, that right now it seems like if you get it once, like the specific strain COVID-19, you should be okay afterwards.
Yeah, and it's not like whenever all this is over either. You know, it's not like whenever we're done and like we can like crawl out of the holes that we've buried ourselves in. it's not like it's gonna go away, right? So,
Yeah, I'm not gonna go out and like tongue kiss strangers or something. You know?
well, you gotta, maybe, right? You
Yeah, maybe.
you
Yeah,
can't
I'll be like,
completely
I'm
take
so
that
happy
option
to
out.
see you.
Yeah, so nice
Yeah,
to see
I'll
you
tongue-
again. I
I'll
haven't
tongue
seen
kiss you
people in
guys, my
forever.
friends.
Let me just tongue your throat,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I'll start making out with. That's it. You won't know. I'll start kissing all you guys in the lips like a mafia boss.
Kind of down that path, though. I was personally wondering, like, how long do you think it will take for things to go back to, like, say they were a couple months ago? Like, at universities, there's a bunch of foreign kids who walk down the street in masks. Is that going to be everyone now when we go back in the
Well,
fall?
It'll take. I don't know how much things will go back to normal in general.
yeah.
You know, like the chance that they go back to how they were a month ago, at least in terms of, I hope that we take this and I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast with Eric Weinstein, and he called the time between 1945 and now like the big sleep or whatever, where we all kind of like the world kind of felt pretty safe. And then all of a sudden something like this happens, and it turns out we weren't prepared at all in any sense.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious about that. So I think in terms of like how the healthcare system around the world will change, I don't think we're going to go back to normal ever. But in terms of like people wearing masks, I don't know. I would give it a year, like a good 12 months.
Yeah,
for-
I was thinking, like, socially more so.
Yeah.
Like, are people,
Yeah.
like, at universities going to be, like, cracking down on who actually goes places now? And
I
like,
don't
the like, every building has a fire code. Like, are those going to be, like, hard caps?
I don't think so. Like, just like, okay, so I think what will happen is this, especially with university students, at least socially at universities, I think that things will return to normal, like, very, very quickly. And here's why. Essentially, anybody that's in college now, so, like, this is excluding seniors in high school this year. Anybody that's been in college for at least a year at this point, like, that includes ourselves. We're all sophomores. So we knew what freshman year was like, and then we knew what 1.5 semesters sophomore year was like. When we go back, we're gonna want everything to be normal because we're gonna want to, because we're essentially, we missed out on from March all the way through May. We essentially missed nearly like probably 2.5, 3 months of the fun and normal experiences that we have in college. And so when we go back, why would we want to begin to like start saying, oh, like, let's watch out? Like, I think everybody would want to go back to normal.
Hey, plus it's already super easy to get sick in college anyway.
Yeah.
I think I was sick like probably, I don't know, like half of my first year at college.
It
Like I had
happens.
like something, like my nose was stuffed up or my throat hurt, because it's just everybody's around each other all the time. You go to the gym, you're talking about how you have to clean your gym at home, and that's when like maybe at max, like during a week, like 10 different people use it, right? Like imagine like going to the Peterson Event Center where our gym is in, and like just the number of things that I could get is unreal. Oh, my sister just delivered the smoothie that I ordered.
Very
This is the
nice.
best day ever.
Running a
I got a
restaurant
chia
business in
banana
your house,
Max.
Garrett.
Yeah. And I ordered it from Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a chia banana max with pea protein because I'm allergic to whey.
Never had that.
It's great. You should try it sometime.
Tropical smoothie?
Yeah, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. The chia banana max. It has almonds, dates, oats, peanut
Not a
butter,
sponsor.
banana.
Dates.
No, not a sponsor. But it's awesome. It's
thing with-
also $7.77, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. They have one size, and it's like 24 ounces.
Oh, dude, this smoothie's 820 calories.
It's unreal.
That's good.
It is thick.
Um,
It is thick. All right, what
but
was I talking? I don't even.
yeah,
remember.
but back to the point of the universities thing. So,
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
so
before.
I also happen to work at a nightclub, right in Morgantown.
Ah, yes. The
I
infamous
think-
the
nightclub.
nightclub.
Yeah, I work in a nightclub in Morgantown, which is it's crazy, but I think that the nightclub might change what we do. I don't
Okay.
know, because right now you got to think of all the nightclubs that are in Morgantown, all the nightclubs that are at any college campus in general, are really screwed right now, because at least for my nightclub, it's like 3 people that own it. It's not their full-time job. They own the nightclub as sort of like a side hustle for their main job. So it's not that they themselves are going to suffer, but I mean, it's expensive to have. And our nightclub just got hit with a couple violations via the alcohol beverage control. which can happen to any nightclub. That's just it's part of it. And like I think right before spring break for us, a couple other nightclubs got hit with fire marshal rule, so they have a lot of fines to face. And we just got out of paying all of our fines, and then as we're trying to like make back revenue, which was hard because now that we were like closed for like 2 months because of it. So we were closed for 2 months. So then everybody forgot about us as the nightclub, started going other places, started making that their new nightclub. And then we just got done paying all our fines. So now we're like in need of money. We open, and then we only are open for like 5 weeks before this whole thing happens. And now like students just aren't there or going out. You're not, even if you are there, you're not allowed to go out. So it really hurts on our nightclub. So I think what we're going to try to do anyways is, because I'm sure there's going to be other nightclubs that are going to do it, like having those temperature things, you know, those like little guns you put on people's head.
Yeah.
We'll probably do something like that. Other than that, I mean, there's really nothing you can do. Nightclubs are grimy, germy places. Like
I was gonna say, you're in one all the time. I can only imagine what it must be like to, like, in terms of like thinking about how a disease could spread in any place at all. I think a nightclub in Morgantown, West Virginia, might be one of the best places for that to happen. Though I imagine most people in Morgantown have incredible immune systems.
I think you're right, Garrett, because
because.
So my freshman year, like you said, I was sick for a little bit. I was only sick for like 2 months. It was like a bronchitis thing. It wasn't anything like abnormal. But like I've got friends. I mean, a lot of the kids in Morgantown aren't from West Virginia. So like when the students come in, we double Morgantown's population, and a lot of that student population is from, places like New Jersey, New York. I have a friend from Nevada. Like it's not like all West Virginia people. But my one roommate from New Jersey, he's from Northern Jersey. So he's like grew up like in the sticks of Jersey. And his immune system is insane. Like, I've never seen that kid sick in my life. He's one of 9 and he grew up on a farm,
Oh yeah. There's no way he's going to get sick.
Never seen him get sick. Me, myself at the nightclub, like I think I got the flu this year at the nightclub.
Oh yeah.
Which was brutal. It was, the flu is horrible.
No, I know. I had it. I think I had it this year too. And I mean, I think it might have been possibly the virus. Who knows? Because it was like, I was super sick. And then my, my roommate used my toothbrush on accident.
Very nice.
So he got super sick. Because, we have it set up so that he uses the left side of the sink. I use the right side of the sink. Like we're a married couple with only one sink.
How nice.
Normally everything's in check, but one time I had to throw away a toothbrush because I was sick. I throw away a toothbrush every time I get sick, so I'm not putting a toothbrush that's covered in my own sickness back in my mouth all the time.
Right.
So I bought a new pack of toothbrushes, and he had needed one, so I gave him one. So we for a while had the same toothbrush, right? And I got another new one when I was super sick or whatever. I couldn't move for 3 days, didn't eat anything. It was the worst. But so I used the same toothbrush as him for a while. And one time he comes out of the bathroom and he looks at me. He goes, "Garrett, did you give me a new toothbrush? This one feels really fresh." And I go, "Which side of the sink did you pick that toothbrush up from?" And he goes, "Oh, shit." He knew immediately what happened. And I was like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, because he watched me be brutally ill for 3 days. And he was like, "This is going to happen to me." And as a matter of fact, it did. For 3 days, he suffered in his bed. But my whole floor was sick for a week.
Yeah.
The whole floor of my dorm. So I don't know if it was just the regular flu or it could have been coronavirus because they think it might have been in the U.S. way earlier than we even knew about it.
Right.
So, yeah, it was kind of crazy. But, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a good thing, though, right? Like
It's interesting that you bring that up, though, because isn't it like they think that it was spreading at the Super Bowl in Miami now, too?
What?
Yeah. I mean, it could have been here a long time ago.
That's nuts. I didn't know all
Yeah.
that.
Well, I think that's kind of what I was thinking about with your whole immunity thing, where you were talking about how, there's people who could have had it already and gotten over it, and they just had super mild symptoms.
Yeah, I'd love to get tested if I could, but I mean, right now you got to test the people who are actually sick. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't come up positive though if you're healthy. Even
no,
if
I
you
would
had
be tested
it previously.
I'm saying I would be tested for the immunity thing.
The
If they come up
antibodies.
with a test for the immunity, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
I mean, if that was the case, what is it? They want you to donate plasma?
Yeah, they would. I'd feel pretty sick though. I'd be like, "What's up?"
You would donate
I'd
your
tweet
plasma?
it for sure. Yeah, no, I donate my plasma. I have donated plasma before, and it sucks because you got to sit in a chair, right? It's like donating normal blood, but what they do is they take your blood out, put it through this big machine, separate the platelets and the plasma, keep the plasma, and send the platelets back into you.
Ooh.
And you can kind of feel it when it comes back through, and it's very strange. And it was 2 hours. I did it in high school, and I had to pee really bad, right? They were like, make sure you go to the bathroom before you sit down. And I listened, but I also have the bladder of like, I don't know, like a 4-year-old girl. So
Nice.
I have to pee constantly. So sorry, girls. I guess also a 4-year-old boy. Really just a 4-year-old in general. I have the bladder of a 4-year-old. But yeah, so I went pee beforehand, but an hour in, I had to go pee again. Probably because I was thinking about how I couldn't either. I was like, I can't get up. So I had to wait till they do this last cycle where they send your blood back into you, which is nice because you don't get lightheaded, but also you sit there for a lot longer. But I would, if I happen to be immune, totally go donate plasma because that'd be sweet. I feel like I would actually do something to help.
Make
besides
history.
Be a
staying inside.
superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. What would my superhero name be?
Plasma man.
If it was
Just G-Man.
Plasma. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's what they called like the FBI before it was like the Bureau. It was like the G-Men. Right?
Really?
Wasn't it?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the G-Men. I think that's what it was. I think the G-Men were the ones that caught John Dillinger, and then from that they turned it into the FBI. Now I could be completely wrong. I just took a tour in Chicago and
Oh, no, I'm doing it. I'm going to be called G-Man.
G-Man.
I'm going to make a suit. I'm going to go every day, donate plasma. Just kidding. That would suck.
You better hope there's no copyright on that.
No, I doubt it. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
But yeah, I think
But-
immunity right now would be incredible. Not just and that's like going along the lines of like getting sick in college. I think it's great because especially like for new parents, you have a kid, it goes to the whatever it's called, disease factory of daycare.
Yes.
And like it's awesome because whenever you're going to get sick really bad for those like maybe let's say those 4 years of college. But then whenever you get out and have to like show up every day for your job, because like you can miss a few days of class, who cares? When you get out in the real world and have to show up for your job every day, it helps to have a really strong immune system because you went and suffered those 4 years of getting sick
Oh,
constantly
dude,
in college.
I guarantee you going to college helps the immune system a little bit. Though
Oh,
also,
absolutely.
the copious amounts of drinking that people do in college probably doesn't help that might cancel out all the effects in general. But who knows?
You never know. We got to do
No.
study on it, Garrett.
No, we got to do. That's what we have to do.
Test the
we'll start
immunity.
researching it right now.
Well, I mean, what is it? The freshman flu or whatever, or the freshman plague, is something at every university because you're just
Yes,
not
yes.
used to that.
There's the freshman 15, and then also you get really sick. So
Yeah.
you get fat and sick.
It's awesome, man. College
That's
is great.
Yeah, anyone who isn't in college yet, that's your first year. You get fat and sick.
But it's really good. Okay, so whenever we would
Yeah,
go
get excited.
first semester every year, I love it because at WVU, I mean, we get people from, again, all over. And we have 30,000 students coming to campus. And I love the fact that there is like something that goes around every year because a lot of the times, I don't know why, I just dodge it a lot or like I'll have like a cough for a couple days. But people will like be emailing professors that they're like deathly ill. And the professors will be like, all right, we're going to cancel class for the next like 2 days. Stay at home, like drink some water. I know a lot of stuff's going around. And I love it because I just feel fine. And it's like
Yeah,
typically
that'd be nice.
it's good weather too because it's like August and September whenever this happens. So it's not even like the dead of winter where it's like boring. Like, hey, we get class canceled. It's nice weather. We're going to go outside and enjoy the day. It's nice.
Yeah, have you lived off campus all the time, or was this your first year?
So the
Did
way
you have to live in freshman dorms?
Yeah, I did live in dorms, but the
Okay.
dorms that I lived in were technically not real. Like, they're on campus, but not on campus.
Because I was just thinking how gross dorms are, right? As clean as they are. There was right before we got removed from campus. There was an email for some kids who lived in one of the dorm halls, and it was like, attention, like someone has been urinating in the trash room, like in the corner. Someone was just peeing, and I guess often. It
Wait,
wasn't like
yeah,
a
more
one-time
than
deal.
once.
Yeah, they said like someone has been doing it,
Wow.
like more than once. So it wasn't like somebody like came back from a party and just drunkenly like urinated in the trash room. Like it seemed like somebody was doing it like often. So that's disgusting.
Yeah. But see, I
And
think that's part
I'm
of Pitt.
so happy.
I think that's Pitt. I think that's Pitt's problem.
Oh, do you think that's Pitt?
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, WV.
well,
okay.
let me explain my logic.
When we cure the virus.
Let me explain my logic here. Your dorms are in Oakland, which are
Yeah, that's true.
which is
In the
just a
city.
grimy city. It's the concrete jungle.
Which is why, wow.
Sorry.
Which is why you do have to lock everything down. That's true. It is kind of annoying that you have to swipe into the dorms and everything like that because people get robbed.
Yeah. See, if I came to visit you,
know,
I'd have to
it
like
is in
give
the
my
city.
ID and all this stuff. If
Yeah,
you came
well,
to
not
visit,
next year because I'll live in the house. Then
Well,
anyone can
not
come.
anymore,
We'll leave our
yeah.
door unlocked. We
but
get robbed all the time. I'm just kidding.
yeah, I was gonna say,
I'll
if
lock
you're
my
living in
door,
Oakland, I wouldn't
probably.
leave your door unlocked.
No, I don't know if I.
And in
My
terms,
roommates and I are very forgetful people. We'll probably leave the door. No, I shouldn't say that because people will find where I live and steal my stuff.
there you go.
My door will be locked all the time.
And let's say, okay, so I'm not saying that my school is safer because I had 3 shootings within the course of 48 hours on my street.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's all drug related. It was like nothing like it's not
Oh,
like
is that
anyone's
it?
gonna
Is
come
it
into
just
my
drug
house.
related? Okay. Yeah.
But and then 2 were drug related, 1 was sex offender related. So
Oh, thank
again,
goodness. Even better.
I'm just hanging in there, man. I'm good.
Oh, that's so good. That's so safe.
But in
That
terms of the
sounds
dorms
great.
I lived in my freshman year, they were like I said, a little bit off campus. So if anyone's been to Morgantown, it's right by the football fields, and it's the dorm building is called Oakland, not the place. It's in Evansdale, but the building is called Oakland, and it's right by the football stadium. And there's grass. There's actual grass. It's not like just city. And
Yeah.
we have a courtyard, and like it's like that's why I like WVU because it's a mix of like city, but also like our downtown campus is like what you'd expect, a small city. But then our Evansdale campus is just rural. It's a lot of like grass, but which takes forever to walk in between. But my dorms, I'll tell you, were ridiculously clean. Like we had hardwood floors, like real hardwood floors, and then we had like hardwood bed frame, hardwood desk. Now, granted, I lived like there's different levels of living in Morgantown. You can choose the expensive dorm, or you can choose the non-expensive dorm, which is more like what you guys have at Pitt.
Oh no, trust me. Most of our dorms are pretty clean. That was just some kid was peeing in the trash room, which is just the kid's fault. Because you're an insane person.
I don't get that,
If
man.
you-
I just don't.
I don't know.
I'm not going to comment. I live in Farmville in a dorm that was built when JFK was the president.
Jeez.
That was. Did they build it in the time he was the president? Because that was pretty short.
I don't know. It was,
The 60s.
yeah, it was early
In the
60s.
Yeah.
And I swear that dorm did not change a bit by the time I got there to when it was built.
That's also the problem that I have too. Is the building I lived in was built in 2017.
Oh well, yeah. That'll change. That'll change how.
Yes.
Though mine this year had recently been renovated. I don't know what the oldest dorms on Pitt's campus are.
Well, when were the towers put up?
I have no idea when the towers were put up. They're pretty terrible though. I also went to Ohio State's dorms, freshman dorms. They have like towers too. They're also terrible.
Our towers is terrible too.
Yeah, just don't live in a tower if you.
Yeah.
That seems to be the.
Well, see, our towers is nice though because it's on Evansdale. It's not downtown, so it's like not in the crap. It's like rural area that's around it, and it has AC and stuff, and the rooms are pretty big. I talked to a girl that lived there for a little bit, and her place was pretty nice. But if you live downtown in Morgantown, you're screwed. You're talking no AC. You're talking roaches. You're talking very small rooms.
All the things that you love about WVU.
roaches.
That's the problem. The very first night I was in Morgantown, right? I didn't know anybody or anything, and my roommate had a friend he went to high school with that lived downtown, and he was like, "Let's go over there and like see what's going on." And this is like I just met my roommate like 30 minutes ago at this point, right? And he's like, "Let's go down there and figure it out." So we walked because we didn't know that how the bus system worked. We didn't know how the train system worked. So we just put it up on Google Maps and walked 1.8 miles downtown.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. We get there, and I'm like sweating like a pig because this is like mid-August, like middle of August, right? And we get in there, and the dude, he's got no AC. He's got like 3 fans that are just pushing around warm air, and the room is like a box. It's just like a tin box. And I was like, "Yep, no, thank you." And I was like, "Why did you choose this dorm?" He was like, "Oh, because it's just down the street from all the clubs." I was like, bad idea, dude. Like,
No, that would not be worth it to me. I would much rather have a nice house that's like 2 miles away from like where you can go to like party or whatever, or even like get food,
yeah,
than like live in something like that that's like, you know, a 2-minute walk from.
Yeah, but think about
Food
it.
or
That dude's
whatever, so-
paying nickels. His rent is in nickels.
yeah, it's true. That is, you're 100% true. Yeah, I mean, like his like room and board was probably like less than half of mine.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably like a third of mine. But
Dang.
so yeah, I mean, you do have to
Plus
account
he
for
has-
that.
Yeah.
Also, in that dorm building, there is no RAs.
Yeah, I've had an RA, though they're pretty chill. They don't really care that much.
I've kind of
least
had
this
an
year.
RA.
At least this year, mine were pretty chill or whatever. They'd like still do rounds and stuff, but my freshman year, they were, you know, they like checked in like every night.
Yep.
You know, they're like, hey guys, you had to like leave your door open. They were like, hey guys, how's it going? And be like, good.
No, would not do that. Like for us, it was like anything past 9 that was like, it was like reasonably loud. They would knock on your door and then you had to like let them in.
Yeah.
I never really ran into trouble with that because I would always go to like someone else's dorm. It was never like my dorm. But I mean, I've been written up for RA comes knocking because it's past 9, and I like didn't answer the door. I was like, all right, well let me just like quiet it down in here, you know, like let's like stop. And then still kept knocking. Was like, it's RA, you have to open up, go to the door, and he's like, yeah, so I'm going to need to see your ID. I'm going to have to, like, write you up because you're, like, being loud. And I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, like, you're just being loud. And this is my own RA. It's not like the ones that, like, roam around the whole building. This is my own RA.
Yeah.
And this guy, dude, I mean, not to be, like, rude or anything, but this guy would, like, play cards with his other RA buddies on, like, Wednesday nights in our study room, right? So this is not – this guy, I think what it was like, I'm jealous and I have power to do this, so I'm gonna do it.
Hey, you know what? I would believe that.
Like,
I'd be like, oh.
like, yeah,
This guy's
you
doing
know,
this.
this
I'm
guy,
gonna go.
this guy is having fun. I'm not having fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write him up. I play cards on Wednesday night, and this guy is having fun. So, you know, so then wait, to not make matters worse, I like give him my ID. He writes me up, and then he goes, "I'm gonna need hers too." What? Buddy, are you kidding me?
Man.
We were watching videos on YouTube, just too loud, you know?
Yeah, that's all it was. So,
Oh.
you know, whatever. He must have heard like PewDiePie's voice or something coming from there. He's like, dude, I love that video. I can't believe he's watching it with somebody else right now.
Oh no, it wasn't that.
It's
It
like,
was
this sucks. I'm gonna write him up.
we were listening to like acoustic guitars by what were we listening? We were listening to a live version of God, I can't think of his name. He's a country artist that sings I can't even think of the song right now. Chris
Stapleton.
Stapleton?
Stapleton, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening to
Hey.
him live. So he doesn't like country, you know. He's not a country fan, so he's like mad.
Yeah.
And then he hears me
Yeah.
like singing along with this girl, and he's just like not having it.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
They're singing
He's like,
too
"This- I'm
loud."
writing this kid up.
Yeah.
There's
I
people
don't
who
like
don't like
country.
country and go there.
Well, no, he doesn't like country. I'm singing too loud, and I'm singing too loud with a friend. He doesn't have many of those that are female.
Ooh. Oh my.
And I know. I'm hitting him in some hard stuff, but like,
Hey,
I
man.
I respected the
He did
artists
you wrong.
because I get
He
the
did you
jobs
wrong.
they had
He's
to
got to
do.
give you a warning.
What's that?
He's got to give you a warning.
Exactly.
I think you deserve a warning.
Hey man, quiet it down. I'm gonna leave. Cool, man. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, I'd be fine with a warning if I was doing something. If I was like, you know, listening to music too loud or whatever, and they were like, "Hey, quiet it down." I was like, "Okay, but don't write me up immediately."
Yeah. And then you can
Give us a
imagine
chance of redemption.
you can imagine the weekends too, because the rule was 9:00 every day.
9
know?
o'clock every day.
Yeah.
That's pretty early. I think ours was like 10 or 10:30.
Oh
Yeah,
and
I
then on the
think ours
weekends
was
it was like
too.
11.
Yeah. I mean, it's different though. Like at our school, I think you have to be a little bit more like strict on things like that because they say 9 so that they can like punish you if you're doing something crazy, but they don't enforce it really on like Saturdays until like 10 or 11 or maybe even 12.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you run into people that like come to Morgantown. Like a lot of times it's not the Morgantown students that are the ones doing stupid stuff. It's the people that come into Morgantown because they have a perception that like you can do whatever you want and get away with
Oh
it.
yeah, like you can just go buck wild.
And that's just not
Like,
how
we're
it
in
is.
West Virginia, baby. Let's just do whatever we want.
Yeah. So we had a kid on our floor last year bring in one of his buddies, and his buddy just couldn't like keep under control and was like running around the halls yelling and just being absolutely belligerent. And it was like even frustrating me. And like I'm the one that's like, hey, I'm all about fun. I'm all about having fun. But like, there's a point where like you just are annoying. And so the police had to come and like run and like chase him around the halls to like get him. And then they got him. Oh yeah, and then they got him, and he took a ride to I think it's like 20 minutes of Morgantown. Clarksburg, I think is where they keep. So like if you get in trouble for drinking in Morgantown, you go, like you get put in a police car and they like take you out of Morgantown to like sober you up.
Clarksburg sounds like a place there would be a prison. I don't know why.
It
sounds like a Civil War prison.
Clarksburg is pretty cool. We have an FBI field office that does research in biological weapons in Clarksburg.
Okay.
Wow.
And then NASA also operates in Clarksburg.
Doing what?
I'm not exactly sure, but our engineering school has a co-op with NASA. So
Clarksburg is heavy duty.
yeah, so we have a co-op with the FBI and a co-op with NASA. So and that's what's cool. Like if you're in a major that qualifies for a position at either of those offices, you'll get emails about it too, which is really nice because then you don't have to like go out and do the searching. They'll do it for you and be like, here you go, here's an opportunity for you. But yeah, everyone thinks that like WVU is like this, crazy place where people go and just party and no one gets any work done. But we got co-ops with some pretty big names.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
That's right.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. We're pushing like 40 minutes, and you've heard us ramble for far too long. So thank you so much, Tyler, for coming on. I'm sure we'll have you on again sometime to continue to spice things up.
Thanks for having me, Garrett. I enjoyed being on. I would love to come on. I got plenty more stories that need to be told. These are stories that I can't just keep with me to the grave. I got to give them out. So I'd like to come on again. And yeah, good luck with this podcast, guys. It seems really awesome, and I'd love to see you again soon.
All right. Thanks, Tyler. See ya.
Yep. Thanks again, man. All right. So thanks again to Tyler for coming onto the show. He's a pretty good time. Has some pretty fun stories. I'm sure Garrett agrees with that one.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, he's a good time. He's one of our friends. We have a bunch of friends that say some pretty good stories, and we've got some that even work with professional athletes that I wouldn't mind bringing on at all. But if you think you have what it takes to come on as a guest on the show, please reach out to us on Twitter, shoot me a text if you know who I am, and I think we can have a pretty good time on the show.
I agree. I think we can have a great time on the show. We'd love to have new voices.
Always down for some new voices. Well, that's all for episode 2. We'll see you around. Thanks again.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Overly Confident Podcast. Please leave a rating to let us know how much you enjoy the show. For the most up-to-date news on the podcast, please check out the GD Podcast Twitter account, and feel free to check us out on all other platforms.